Why, hello, 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 everyone. How are all of you? Hopefully, you're all doing well. So, let's dive on into chapter 6 here.
Half a month after the incident at Corellia Fortress, a sense of lingering unease still hung over the Empire. The government increased patrols by the Railway Military Police as part of their counter-terrorism measures. While the Noble faction bolstered their provincial armies, there were even rumors that they'd hired several Jaeger Corps. At the center of everything was the Imperial Liberation Front. They had allied with a terrorist group from the Republic of Calvert to attack the trade conference in Crossbell. And as we'd seen firsthand, had attacked Corellia Fortress in an attempt to fire the 2 railway guns stationed there. They'd made it abundantly clear that they were no mere insurgents. These were dangerous people we were dealing with. And following their attempts to target Chancellor Osborne and the Reformist faction, rumors started to spread of a possible connection between the Imperial Liberation Front and the Noble faction itself. Meanwhile, new information was filtering in from Crossbell that surprised us all. During the conference, one of the representatives of Crossbell's state government made the daring declaration that Crossbell would soon declare its independence, breaking free from its neighbors Calvert and Erebonia. To no one's surprise, both the Imperial government and the Noble faction dismissed it as nothing more than delusional raving. But one thing was clear: that declaration only served to increase the tension in Erebonia and across the continent. On a cool, clear autumn day, the Academy's prestigious board of directors gathered for their first meeting of the year.
Why are you here?
And that concludes my biannual report.
Good, good. It seems the Academy is running like a well-oiled machine. No administrative issues to speak of. Student performance is sitting comfortably above the national average on exams and on general aptitude tests, too.
The second-year students seem to be having a banner year as well. The Student Council president, in particular, has built up an outstanding array of extracurricular achievements.
Well, she attended last month's trade conference, and from what I hear, she put the professional secretaries to shame. I only wish the conference could have ended on a more positive note.
I'll say, the share prices of my company have been on a real roller coaster ride ever since.
Undoubtedly, what happened at the trade conference has wreaked havoc on the economy as a whole. But moving on. I couldn't help but notice in the recent exam reports that Class 1 and 2's academic performance seems to be slipping. Perhaps the preferential treatment given to the upper class students is hindering their scholastic development?
Well, students belonging to the nobility are allowed to return home during August to learn more about their family's lands. It's a tradition here, but one I can't help but wonder if we've outgrown the need for in this modern age.
If I may, traditions accumulate and hold meaning only so long as they're preserved. Our nation's culture, its arts, its social classes, all are rich with tradition that makes Erebonia what it is, and I believe we have a duty to protect and uphold them. After all, does not this very institution champion the ideals of its founder, Emperor Dragos?
Indeed it does. though I've always understood Dreikel's intent to be the founding of an academy for the people. Even 200 years ago, when education was seen as the province of the nobility, male commoners were permitted to enroll. Today, we have plenty of young women attending, and the commoners easily outnumber the nobles on campus. Perhaps it's time we started taking strides to realize Emperor Dreikel's true ideal.
You seem to be laboring under a few misconceptions here. Commoners were permitted to attend, but only as retainers. Retainers served knights, who served lords, who served the emperor. That's the way the Erebonian society functioned. From that vantage, the structure of the academy in its earlier days certainly seems to have embodied that social order. And if that's so, what is there to suggest that it's not the social order itself that has become the aberration?
Well,
For one, if that were the case, it would be far easier for me to see my views put into practice. But I can hardly get a word in edgewise between you two. Well, I'd certainly enjoy a return to the way things were in Dreikel's time, at least in that particular respect.
Our apologies, Your Highness.
well, our role here is to consider your views and work toward implementing them.
See what I mean? Would you be so kind as to help me out here, Principal?
You're on your
To
own.
moderate this board. It wouldn't do for me to express my position on the issues at hand. That said, I'm sure your passion for reform will triumph in the end, Your Highness.
I suppose I should have known better than to look to my old teacher for sympathy.
It warms my heart to see such a fine teacher-student relationship.
Now, if I may, I'd like to steer this discussion toward a rather timely topic. We've already touched on the issues regarding the Orbal Net and the Orbal Staves, but I'd like to stress again that the adoption of new security measures for the Orbal Net should be a top priority.
Well, I'm certainly inclined to agree. But we'll have to rely on the Foundation directly, as things are looking a little shaky with the IBC.
You can leave that to me. The other matter I'd like to review is the use of the Orbal Staves and the Arcus units. Or more specifically, we need to talk about how Class 7 should operate from here on out. Setting aside the fact that my daughter is a member of Class 7, I think we need to reconsider how the class should be run, in light of what happened at Corellia Fortress. While it certainly proved an excellent chance to see what the Arcus units are capable of, I have serious doubts about whether we should carry on with these field studies, given the current political climate.
It would be difficult to do so, I admit. With the terrorists at large and the problems in Crossbell unresolved, these are uncertain times.
At the very least, I believe it may be in the class's best interest to cancel this month's field study. We could always resume them once the terrorists have been arrested and the situation in Crossbell calms down.
Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. I'm sure you all recognize the words of Emperor Dreikel's. They become something of a school motto here. It's my belief that Class 7's actions at Corellia Fortress perfectly embody the spirit of that directive. They stood together to stop a tragedy in the making and, in a sense, protected the foundation of our world. No one ordered them to do it. They took action of their own free will, because they knew in their hearts what was right. Some might call it recklessness. Some may think it rash. Some may even venture to call it hubris. However, as chairman of this academy, I'm incredibly proud of what the brave young men and women of Class 7 achieved.
Your Highness.
Troubled times may lay in store for Erebonia, and for the entire continent in the months and years to come. But I believe that makes something like Class 7's field studies all the more significant. The experiences they're having now will help them find the strength and the means to press on through adversity.
It's still said that you're basically having skilled children do this shit rather than, I don't know, adults that should be doing it.
I can't be the only one who feels this way, can I?
They do seem to be showing remarkable growth. That much is true. Although I have no idea how much my daughter is really capable of, immature as she is.
I could say the same of my hothead of a son.
I do wonder about my brother sometimes. However, It does seem that enrolling at this academy has helped him start breaking out of his shell.
With the Academy Festival coming next month, we hadn't even planned a field study. So the issue at hand is just whether to hold a field study at the end of this month or not. I'd like to ask those in favor of going ahead with this month's field study to please raise their hands.
All right, I'd like to begin by taking everyone's ideas for our class's part in the school festival. The festival will run for 2 days next month, the 23rd and the 24th. Equipment setup and the other preparatory work will begin in the afternoon 2 days before the start of the festival. But there's a lot of preparation needed before we get to that point, and the sooner we get that underway, the better.
That's all the more reason to figure out what exactly we want to do. Some of our options include displays, events, stage shows, and cafes. Does that sound right, Crow?
Oh, no class I know would settle for just some simple display. I mean, come on, no one ever said, boy, we better rush to get in the line for that display.
Well, either way, I'd like to start by soliciting some ideas from all of you. We're just brainstorming right now, so feel free to say whatever comes to mind.
Would it kill you all to give just a teensy bit of cooperation?
I know. It's just...
It's kind of hard to focus right now.
You're one to talk, standing up there with your nervous fidgeting.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
The board of directors is in session as we speak, deciding what'll happen to our class.
And those of us with family members who sit on that board probably have even more cause for concern.
You can say that again. We can't even be sure whether there'll be a field study this month.
That's about the long and short of it. With everything that happened during last month's field study, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just canceled it.
I can't say I have any particular feelings of attachment to our field studies, but I refuse to accept needless changes to our curriculum, especially with my brother involved in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Makes sense to me. We also have to account for the fact that going on our field study means that much less time to prepare for the festival. So, as you can see, it presents a bit of a problem.
Man, look at you guys taking this all seriously.
I probably should have asked a little earlier, but what's this festival you guys keep talking about?
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone over that for your benefit.
Every year, the students here organize and put on a school-wide festival. There are stage events, food stalls, and all kinds of things to see and do. And it generally falls to each of the first-year classes to provide the main attractions.
Yeah, participating is optional for the second years, since by this point they're usually focusing on their future careers. Oh, and each of the clubs generally get involved too.
Huh, that sounds fun. In that case, we have to do something. We can't just let the other classes roll over us because we're small.
You say that, but I've already had one of the girls from Class 1 bluster up to me declaring that this time victory will be all ours. What?
It must have been Ferris. That sounds exactly like something she'd say.
Well, Class 1 does seem to have had it in for us ever since the midterm results were announced.
If it's all the same, I'd rather not see the House of High Arms claim yet another nominal victory. But we need to account for the fact that our class is markedly smaller than theirs is.
That's certainly true.
It'd help if we at least knew what the other classes are doing.
It kind of seems like everyone's having trouble staying focused.
Come on, everyone, get it together.
Instructor Sarah?
Isn't this a self-study period?
Oh, it was. But I thought you all might like to know that the Board of Directors meeting just adjourned a few minutes ago. So I decided to skip along down here and be the first to break the news.
Then?
What about our next field study? Are we still on?
The Chancellor's not the only one with a little too much iron in his blood, because the board voted unanimously to have you continue your field studies.
You mean it?
So that's how it is.
You know, even though they're always hard work, I actually feel a little relieved.
Considering all that happened last month, we'll need to be especially careful this time around.
Still, it feels like our field studies are a big part of who we are as a class.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain, but oh well.
We should be grateful to His Highness and the directors.
That's good news.
Seeing the hard road and the easy road, then picking the hard one anyway. That's youth for you.
It also sounded like His Highness and the directors will be taking off in pretty short order. So I'll let you guys out of study hall early to go see them if you want.
Oh.
If you say so.
I think I'll take you up on that.
Mother, Dad. Marcus, I haven't had the chance to talk with you since the summer festival. Sounds like you were quite the heroes at Gorelia Fortress. Come on, don't tease us. We're the first to admit that we acted rashly. In the end, I have no regrets. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. Likewise, May feels so far behind us now. You have questions, no? It's written all over your face. I do? You were in Legram, weren't you, to meet Duke Cayenne? Correct. I was hoping to have time to greet you and your classmates, too. But I imagine you would rather he not take too close an interest in you. You imagine right. Still, I'm concerned. What is the House of Alberia playing at? And not just us, what are the four great houses and the rest of the noble faction trying to accomplish? You ask like there's a simple answer. The four great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Even within individual families, there can be disagreements. You know that I differ with Father on several issues. But rather than worrying about others' positions, I'd suggest giving some thought to your own as a member of the family. I'm surprised you actually managed to make it here. I was expecting a business negotiation to crop up just in the nick of time, like it always does. Time is something you make, not something you find. All the more so if you're in a position of responsibility. Lady Alyssa is quite the multitasker herself. You should see her. She has no trouble balancing her time between her studies, training, club activities, and hobbies. Of course she doesn't. I'd be disappointed if she wasn't able to manage at least that much. You need to start using your time more creatively, Alyssa, instead of simply doing what's required of you. I saw the railway guns at Gorelia, you know, and I saw what those Otzens are capable of. And I can understand why Grandfather regrets ever making them. Do you honestly feel things like that are necessary? Are you really okay with that? I think the fact that you've seen enough to ask me that now means that deep down, you've realized that they're both necessities of this era we live in. Well, opinions of others are only that. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who is truly independent would do anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon. Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbow.
Don't mention it.
We're just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did. I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's president got going. though the mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvard refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly low. Still, they're planning to hold a referendum on the issue to see if the population is in favor of it, so there'll be plenty more chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the provinces too, so like, fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that line down.
Milliam. I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Getlam in action, though.
Oh, sure thing. Come on,
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Getlam. Just a hunch.
Lame.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
Lame.
Who might you be?
Say, are you from the Vander family? The one who serves as the prince's bodyguard?
Oh, did Neidhart mention me? I'm Mueller Vander of the 7th Armored Division. I was with the prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I'm in your debt as well. Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must be a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. I'm always happy to meet fellow students of the sword. Oh, and you must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
It sounds like he's in your debt as well, with everything that happened in Nord a few months ago. Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women. Perhaps the prince's idea had some merit to it after all.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the academy's pool.
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall. If you kept up a good sprint, I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Ah, cruelty. My name is Mueller.
It's like their hearts practically beat in sync. That's certainly one way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known each other.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again soon.
Geez, I can't believe we burned through another week already. But hey, at least it's perfect weather for a weekend out on the town. I hope you all enjoy your free day tomorrow, especially since you've got another practical exam coming up next Wednesday. You couldn't just send us off with a good weekend. Have a good weekend, could you? Just wouldn't be Instructor Sarah if she didn't throw in a little dash of torment. And then we have this month's field study coming up at the end of the next week, right? Yep, just like we've been planning. We might have made a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing major. I'll tell you all about where you're headed after the practical exam, so until then, keep on guessing. Yeah. You don't need to make it seem into some sort of dramatic revelation. She always does, though. Oh, I can't wait to find out where we're going to go this time. Oh, and by the way, you guys really need to figure out what you're going to do for the festival next month. First years have to participate. So, if you can't think of anything, you'll be showing your field study reports instead. What? That certainly wouldn't be my first choice, or even my fifth. Anyway, that's a wrap from homeroom. If you'll do the honors, Miss Class President? Yes, Instructor. Stand. Bow. Well, I'm sure she was just joking about putting her field study reports on display. I hope. Either way, we need to figure out what we're doing by the start of next week. That sounds wise. Especially considering we have our practical exam on Wednesday and our field study next weekend. If that's how things stand, we should make it our goal to at least have some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. We also need to check out what the other classes are planning. If we ended up doing something that was already being done, we'd seem totally redundant. Yeah, we should split up and start gathering some info. But remember, we need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Yeah, all the other classes have more than double the manpower we do, easily. And they all seem to have some pretty grandiose aspirations at that. If greatness were reliant on numbers, museums would be full of artwork produced by committee. There must be some course of action that can turn our lesser numbers to our advantage. Yeah, the question is, what? If we had an easy answer, we wouldn't be spending all this time worrying over it. I'm getting kind of pumped up. Well, a little inter-class competition never hurt anyone. In fact, it might spice things up a bit. What would be a good thing for so few people to do? Okay. Oh, there we go. So let's see. Well, it said Vincent should be around here. He's someone we're supposed to talk to, but I am not finding him. Or wait, this is Vincent. Okay. Oh, the black cat's supposed to be here somewhere too, but I didn't see the black cat anywhere. So let's look around here again. Ah. Hey, Ring. Okay. Yeah, let's return to the dormitory.
Insects, huh? Well, it is fall, I guess. Hard to believe I've already been here half a year. The festival used to seem so far off. Now it's just next month. The past 6 months really have flown by.
Huh? Is that you, Reed?
Toa? Hey there. Haven't seen you out and about too much lately.
Well, the meeting I was in ended a little early. So I thought that was a nice point to call it a day.
I see. Did you guys discuss the Academy Festival?
Yep. We've still got a lot we need to nail down before next month to keep the preparations running smoothly. There's enough to discuss that we're actually meeting again tomorrow.
Sounds like work's really keeping you busy then. By the way, have you figured out what you'd like me to help you with tomorrow? I'll even take the tasks now if you have them handy.
Oh, I usually sort those out before I go to bed. I guess I could go over them now, but there's some shopping I really need to do. Sorry, is it okay if I give them to you tomorrow morning like usual?
That's totally fine.
Rean, there's something I want to tell you, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to say it, but I want you and everyone from Class 7 to know how grateful I am for what you did at Corellia Fortress.
Oh. It's fine, really. We've gotten plenty of rounds of thanks for it already. We just kind of ended up in the wrong place at the right time, and we were lucky the instructors were there, and...
That doesn't change the fact that you saved my life. I wasn't on the same floor where the conference was being held, but if a shot from the railway guns had hit Orcus Tower, I doubt I'd be standing here today.
Toa. I'm just glad you're safe.
Thanks. Anyway, I feel like I'm just kind of babbling on and repeating myself now, so I'll stop myself here.
Huh. She's awfully conscientious, isn't she? Oh, you said you were on your way out to do some shopping, right? Is there a lot on your list?
Well, a pretty good amount, I suppose. Oh, and I just remembered I need to pick up that stuff at the bookstore, too. Then after I get everything I need at the general store, I might have to make a trip back here to drop it off.
You could do that. Or I could come along with you and help carry all those bags. So how about it? No strings. I just feel like you could use a hand.
Oh no, there's no way I could drag you along on all my errands. I mean, sure, it'd be a big help, but I just feel so bad asking you to do it. Ugh, that makes it sound like deep down I secretly want you to come, and that's not...
Well, if it eases your conscience, there's actually something I need your advice on. It's about my class and what we can do for the upcoming festival.
That should be everything. Wow, is it this late already?
I guess the sun has started setting a little earlier lately. Still, I had no idea you came here often.
Well, Mick is always able to get stuff you can't buy anywhere else. He's my go-to guy when there's something I can't get at the Academy store. Like fireworks to use in school events. I think we even asked him for a penguin costume once, and he actually got it.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty unique shopping list.
Uh-huh. Wait! How did you end up with all those bags? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Here, give me some of those.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine. You're carrying plenty as it is.
Sorry, Rain. Well, how about we take a break in the rest area over there? I'll buy you a coffee or something. You wanted to ask me something about the Academy Festival too, right? Ooh, yeah. That does sound like a problem. Well, your class doesn't have enough people to do anything that involves large-scale equipment or decorations. You all could get together and run a little cafe without any problems, if you all wanted to do something like that.
I'd thought about it, yeah. Still, if we're going to do something, I at least want it to be as impressive as what the other classes are doing.
Feeling a little competitive, aren't we, Rain? Well, you have enough people to put on a play or run a game tournament, but other first-year classes have already applied to do both of those.
I see. I don't really want to copy an idea another class is already doing. Actually, didn't you, Crow, Angelica, and George use the stage for your exhibit last year?
You heard about that? How much do you know?
Not too much. All of them seemed to dance around the details. One thing they all agreed on, though, was that it was a real hit.
Me and my big mouth. You really want to know?
If you don't mind telling me anyway. Who knows? It might help me think of something Class 7 could do.
Well, if you insist, I can't turn down a chance to help a sweet, fledgling first year, especially after how much you helped me. I'll reach down to my toes and muster every last bit of courage to tell you.
Thanks. Was it some kind of traumatic experience or something?
That's what it seems.
Well, in short, we put on a musical performance. A little concert of sorts, you could say.
Wow, really? I wouldn't have expected that from you guys. So you can play an instrument then?
I am afraid not. That's how I got stuck being the singer. Angie, Crow, and George all played for the show, though.
Wow, that actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. If we put on a musical show, I'm sure Elliot would be a big help. So what kind of music was it? Classical? Folk? Show tunes?
Well, it's hard to describe, but it was passionate? Really modern.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Well, it's not really a genre that's caught on in the Empire yet. You definitely wouldn't hear it played in Heimdall's Opera House, that's for sure.
Huh?
Alright. Do you have some free time tomorrow evening? If you can't come until after you're done exploring the old schoolhouse, that's okay with me.
Tomorrow evening? Yeah, I should be free. Should I meet you in the student council room?
Oh no. Can you go to the computer room in the main school building?
Sure thing. Does this have something to do with the concert you held last year?
You'll just have to find out tomorrow night. Anyway, sorry to keep asking favors of you, but would you mind coming to the lower class dormitory with me? If we stay out here much longer, we're going to miss dinner at the dorms.
You have a point. But really, I'm fine with all the bags. Just leave the heavy lifting to me.
You're so stubborn.
Oh, well, she's not drunk. That surprised me. Yeah, I'll call it a day. Okay. So... I'm not sure I really need that anymore, but good to know that it's there if we needed it.
Right.
So I need Makarov. Makarov, Becky. And Gaius. Okay. So we've got bonding events available are Sarah, Gaius, we gotta go do Gaius and Sarah because we need. I think that's what we need to do to finish up her. So let's see, where's Gaius? Art room. And that should give me my... Yep. There we go. Now... Ah, there's Sarah. Of course you were joking. I don't think she was really joking all that much. We'll go see Emma and Laura as well. Both of them are apparently in their rooms. Look, Stacy. Quit asking questions. Just eat the food, damn it. Okay. It's all the bonding events. Okay. Looks nothing like a gratine and everything like risotto, but who might argue?
Hey, thanks for coming.
Good morning, Angelica. I saw you'd placed a request for me. I'm assuming this one isn't on behalf of the engineering club?
Yeah, this one's a personal favor. Anyway, I hate beating around the bush, so let me get to the point.
You want to fight?
Don't look so surprised. This is a military academy after all. I enjoy the martial arts as much as anyone. It's not like I spend all my time on the prowl for beautiful maidens to deflower.
Is that really something you should be fessing up to? Still, this feels so out of the blue. Did something happen?
You're overthinking it. It's just that it's been a while since I got any good exercise. No need to make a big deal out of it. Just think of it as a fun way to kill some time. So, you in?
Alright, I'm game for it.
Much obliged. Well, let's not waste any more fighting time talking.
Your stance is...
Don't think of holding back on me now. Though I'm a bit rusty, so I don't know how much of a fight I'll put up.
You wouldn't know it just looking at her. Her guard seems flawless. If I leave any openings, she's going to run me into the ground. No worries. I'm planning to give you everything I've got.
That's what I want to hear. Well then, come at me. Let's see what you're made of.
Go!
How about...
Too slow! My turn!
Not bad. Guess there's no need to hold back.
Here we go! Here we go! My turn!
Not a bad workout.
Okay, it's safe for now. I did it.
I should have expected a swordsman of the 8 Leaves One Blade School wouldn't go down so easily. If I'd been keeping up with my training, I could have given you a stiffer challenge.
If you hadn't just told me, I wouldn't have guessed you'd skipped a single day of your training. In fact, you're actually even stronger than I expected you'd be.
I'm still just a fledgling. Got a long way to go before I can really serve up an A+ beatdown. I'm nowhere near as strong as Instructor Sarah, and my old master was pretty amazing herself.
Oh, believe me, I felt plenty of skill and training in every punch you landed. By the way, your fighting style reminded me a lot of the Eastern martial art Taito. Are you a practitioner by any chance?
I should have guessed you'd be familiar with it. Around 7 years ago, I met a lady from the East who was traveling around the Empire. I kinda ran away from home and followed her around for about half a year, and she taught me Taito. I've mixed in a bit of my own flavor over time, though. Good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Even now, I still find it hard to believe you're from one of the 4 great houses.
Aren't you the flatterer? You're gonna make me blush.
That wasn't flattery.
Well, we might not be as tangled up as Eustace's family, But House Ragnar has its fair share of issues. Guess that's why my rebellious teenage impudence has hung on so long. Even now, there are still some family affairs I worry about.
What kinds of things?
It'd probably be better if I kept it to myself. At least for now. Anyway, I'm lucky to have met Toa, Crow, and George, and then some cool first years like you guys. I'm glad I came to Thor's. Right now, in my life, you guys are all I need.
Angelica.
But hey, it's nice to know I can still hold my own in a fight. At least I know that if worse comes to worse, I should be able to keep Toa and the others safe. And knowing that is enough to have made this all worthwhile. Thanks, Rean.
You're welcome. Glad to finally be able to help you out for a change. And besides, it sounds like some good ideas for what Class 7 can do for the festival might just be coming my way.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. And yeah, I hear you'll be spending some alone time with Toa this evening?
What?
Oh, there's no need to be embarrassed. It's just that Toa might be perfectly professional when it comes to work. But she's more than a little inexperienced when it comes to the menfolk. So promise me you'll be gentle with her, okay? Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I wanted to give you this for helping me out. Anyway, see you around. I'll let you know when I'm ready for round 2.
She really is one of a kind. Oh well, I guess I should be going too.
Okay. Time for the old schoolhouse. Alright, who's ready for another trip into the unknown? This will be our 6th time down here, but don't let yourselves get too comfortable. There's no telling what we'll find next. Right. Just the 2nd time for me in the short sec, but we're not planning on letting our guard down. Yeah, this is one weird place. It's 2.5 years since we first began feeling our way through this labyrinth. And for all that we've discovered, it seems we don't know that much more than we did when we began. Yeah, I didn't think the mystery would go this deep, literally and figuratively. But so far, we've uncovered plenty of questions and precious few answers. That is true. Well, we'll just have to keep on pushing forward, bit by bit. We're making some kind of progress, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, let's check out the elevator console. Whoa. Something the matter, Rean? As you can see, the space on the console with the 6 floors lit up now. But that's the last one. All the lights in the elevator's panels are lit up now. Oh, that means 6 floors is the last one. This feels kind of off somehow. I guess I expected more? You're right. It does feel a little too soon to have reached the final floor. Anyway, no way to know for sure until we see what lies in wait down there. Maybe the 6th floor is different somehow? So this is the 6th floor. I've got to say, it does look much different from the 5th floor. You really sure this is the bottom? Well, considering what we've seen of this place, there's no telling what we might find further in. Stay on your guard.
All right, let's get started. can do this. I can do this. Yes, sir!
My turn. My turn. Go get him.
I've got you. It's my turn. Fire! All right, let's keep on moving. Okie doke, here I go! There! It's my turn.
My turn. My turn.
Go, go, go! Right! Fire! Bad idea! My turn! There!
My turn.
I can do this.
My turn. Eat lead.
Right! Fire! Now!
Gotcha. Here we go. All right. Now.
I've got
You're
you.
done.
I can do this. Now!
Gotcha.
It's my turn. Go! Time to finish this.
Gotcha.
There.
Eat lead.
That's the last of them. Good work, everyone. Now's our chance. My turn. There! Now!
Gotcha.
It's my turn. Go!
My turn. My turn.
Right! Go! Here I go! Don't mess with us!
I don't want to necessarily hit that switch yet because I haven't fully explored everything. Who knows what thing that switch might screw up.
This one's all
My
ours.
turn. Right!
My turn. All right.
It's my turn. Fire! My turn. There! Yeah! You didn't stand a chance! Yes, sir! That's a beautiful looking treasure chest. There!
Bring it on. My turn.
Yes, sir! There! Right!
My turn. Eat lead.
I can do this. Fire! Now!
Gotcha. Here we go.
My turn!
My turn.
It's my turn. Fire!
Here we go.
I can do this. Let's go!
Gotcha. All right. Eat lead.
Go, go, go! Right! Now!
Gotcha. Here we go.
Here I go! Now!
Gotcha. Leave it to me.
I can do this. Let's go! Time to finish this.
Gotcha. Leave it to me.
That's the last of them. Good work, everyone.
All that for a serum powder. Okie doke,
Here
let's
we
get
go.
started! Yes, sir! Now's our chance!
Gotcha. My turn.
Right! Fire!
Here we go. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
awesome! Okie doke, let's
Leave
get
it to me.
started. Right.
My turn.
Here I go. It's my turn.
All right. My turn.
Right. Fire. Oh, please. Here I go. There.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
My turn. Yes, sir. There.
My turn. My turn.
My turn.
Go. Now's a chance.
Gotcha. You bad guys
I
better
sure
watch
would.
out.
I'm actually getting hurt.
Enemy sight. My turn. Leave it to me. Eat lead.
My turn. I can do this. Fire.
Go. There. Leave it to me. Eat lead.
It's my turn. Now.
Gotcha.
Here I go. There. Right. Fire. Now.
Gotcha. Leave it to me. Eat lead. My turn.
Here I go. Right.
My turn. Handsome and strong. I'm the total package.
There.
Okay, so I gotta hit the.
All
Come
right.
on then.
Eat lead. Go.
Here I go. It's my turn.
Here we go.
Yes, sir. There.
Oh, no, you don't.
Bad idea.
My turn. Azure Flames. Gather strike. My turn. My turn. Here we go. Okay, it's safe for now.
Yeah, that was not good when Milliam started beating the crap out of me.
My
Come
turn.
on then.
Go.
Gotcha.
You're finished.
Yes, sir.
All right. You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
Yay, treasure! Looks like we've still got a ways to go.
My turn.
Right. Fire!
This one's all
Yes,
ours.
sir. There! Now!
Gotcha. Leave it to me.
I can do this.
Here we go.
It's my turn. Fire! Now! Time to finish this.
You bet.
That's the last of them. Good work, everyone. Fire!
Now's our chance. My turn.
Here I go! It's my turn. Fire!
Here we go.
Right! Fire!
Leave it to me.
Here I go!
Go. Go.
Gotcha! You bad guys
I
better
sure
watch
would.
out! Fire! 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 Fire!
Now's our chance. Leave it to me. Eat lead.
Here I go! No more chance!
Gotcha. Go. That's that. Let's keep moving. I've got this.
Here I go! There! There! Yay! Treasure!
Bring it on. Go.
Come on, Lemmy! Dragon Breaker! Yeah! You didn't stand a chance!
Leave it to me.
It's my turn.
Go. Now's our chance. Leave it to me. Eat lead.
It's my turn.
Here we go.
Yes, sir! There! I can do this.
My turn. You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
Now's our chance. Yes, sir! There!
All right. Here we go.
It's my turn. Just go!
Gotcha.
I can do this. Fire!
Leave it to me. Go get him.
I've got
You're done.
My turn. Now's our chance!
Gotcha. My turn.
I can do this. Fire!
Leave it to me.
Go, go, go! My turn. There! It's my turn. Fire!
My turn. That's the power of the 8 leaves. Now's our chance.
All
Let's
right.
get him. Go.
I can do this. Fire! Yes, sir! Well, that's that. Let's get going. Now's our chance.
My turn. My turn. Eat lead.
It's my turn. Yes, sir! It's my turn.
My turn. My turn. That's that. Let's keep moving.
chance.
Leave it to me. Here we go.
Right. Go. Time to finish this.
Shoot this.
That's the last of them. Good work, everyone.
Whew, we're finally done.
Right.
Oh, that one looks tough. This'll be fun.
Yeah, you're done. Cross break. See ya.
My turn.
This is my sparking armor advancement arrow.
My turn.
Yes, sir. There.
Here we go.
Yes, sir. There. I can do this.
My turn. Lead.
It's my turn. Fire now.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
Here I got air. It's my turn. Now.
Gotcha.
There we go.
I have to admit, that was pretty smooth.
Making progress.
I'll say this about the enemies here. They really keep you on your toes. Oh well, we beat them. And nothing's happening. There's not even any new door appearing either. It certainly seems that way. This is really the final floor. That was kind of a letdown, don't you think? But I guess we haven't really had any big surprises in here since the 4th floor. Maybe that was a one-off? True, I've been able to access a new floor every month, but that's about it. Guess we can't do much more here right now. Let's head outside. Righto. Actually. Well, congratulations, we all survived another month of exploration. Sure enough, nothing suddenly appeared on the way out. Well, the 6th floor really is the bottom of the ruins. That means we're finally done with our monthly investigations, right? For all this time, we still have no idea what's even going on with this place. It does seem that way. That can't be the end. That'd make this the worst designed dungeon ever. Just want to start getting the hang of the place, too. This is just my hunch, but I don't think we've just taken our last trip to the old schoolhouse. Maybe we should tell the principal later and see what he thinks. A cat? Celine? Oh, this cat's a friend of yours? Yeah, she just hangs around the school sometimes, and it looks like she's grown pretty fond of Emma. So you're really not her owner, huh? That's right. She's more like a really close friend. Sort of a confidant. Oh, so you're Celine. That's a pretty name. Oh, her fur's all soft. I wonder who her owner is, if it's not Emma. She has to be someone's cat with this ribbon on her tail. Don't just monopolize all the petting. Still, she's quite an elegant-looking cat. Looks like we have a lot of feline fanciers in Class 7. Doesn't seem to mind all the attention, at least. Oh? What is it? Oh. Looks like she has enough affection for one day. Do you think she'll be alright? I wonder what her... I wouldn't want her to wander into the old schoolhouse and get hurt. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's just been wandering around here for quite some time. I'm sure she knows her way around by now. Really? That's a relief. No, might as well call it a day. Yeah, you're right. Oh, and let's not forget, when we get back to the dorm, we need to sit down and discuss what we're doing for the festival. Oh yeah, it totally slipped my mind. Well, it sounds like we have a plan to keep us busy tonight. Okay. So, I mean, I know lots of people made that mistake. It's not what I meant. Okay. Doing that because we got a mini game apparently coming up. I'm going with the card on the left. Okay. Okay, sure, if that makes you happy. That's not what I meant to do. Let's go on in.
Huh? Doesn't sound like she's here yet. Oh.
least she's getting some rest. Must be a rare treat for her. What to do, though? I'd almost feel bad about waking her. On the other hand, she might not want to be left sleeping like this either. Still, she seems really cozy napping there, so I don't want to just jar her awake or anything. Sorry, but if I don't wake you up, I could end up being here all night.
Mom. Dad.
Yeah, I don't think I can bring myself to do it after all. She must be really tired. I should let her sleep a while longer. Oh, right. There we go. I guess I'll just read a book or something while I'm waiting.
Huh? Where am I? A jacket?
Oh, hey, you're awake.
Huh? Reen? Oh, right. I came here after the conference was over. So this jacket is... Oh no! I'm so sorry! I can't believe I fell asleep after asking you to come all the way here.
Don't worry about it. You're doing me a favor here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule for me.
Aww. Why is it that you always seem to catch me at the weirdest moments?
Because Reen's like the weirdest guy ever.
No problem. Glad to do what I can. It wasn't too hot, was it?
No, of course not. It felt really nice and warm. But anyway, that's not the point. Now, listen here, Reen.
Huh?
I mean, lending me your jacket was very sweet and gentlemanly of you, and I'm kind of happy you did. But it's not very gentlemanly to sit and stare at a girl when she's sleeping, you know.
I'm sorry. I did try to wake you up once, but you seemed so relaxed and peaceful that it would have been almost too cruel to go through with it. But I guess it was inconsiderate of me to just let you nap there.
No. I'm not annoyed with you. It's just kind of weird to randomly watch people sleep, you know? If it was someone else, they might have misunderstood.
Poor Reen.
Anyway,
Poor Reen.
I asked you to meet me here so I could show you more about the concert we put on for last year's festival.
Oh, you mean the one you did with Angelica, Crow, and George? Do you have some record of it here?
Actually, I do. George was testing out some kind of orbital video camera that was being developed by the Ruhr Institute of Technology. And we've still got the recording here.
An orbital video camera?
Yeah, the technology is different from what they use for the OrbitalNet. Actually, it's probably faster to just show you. Let me bring it up on the screen.
Oh, you've got pictures of it.
More than just pictures. Just watch.
Amazing.
I know, right? It plays back images and sound at the same time, so it's like a radio and a camera combined. The quality might be a bit rough, but it really feels like you're right there, doesn't it?
It's really something else.
Oh, there we are going up.
Wow.
Isn't it cool? It's called Rock. It's making a splash in the music scene abroad. They use orbital audio technology to amplify guitars for it. It's a pretty bold sound, huh?
It definitely is. And, speaking of bold, how about that outfit?
I forgot about the outfit. Don't look at that. Just focus on the performance.
This is... Bravo! That was incredible! I wish I could have been there to see it in person.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So was that any help?
Help? This is exactly what I was looking for. I'm not sure if we can put together something as flashy as this, but we do have Elliot, and he knows his music, so I think we might have a chance.
I'm glad to hear it. Crow was the one who planned all of this out, so he's the one you should ask about how to put a program like this together. Angie did our choreography, and George got all the instruments together for us. I'm sure they'd help out if you asked.
I think I just might. We have to get our preparations for the festival underway.
Oh, I put a copy of the video onto this memory quartz for you, too. If you put this memory quartz into the orbital projector here, you can watch the video anytime you want. Maybe you can bring everyone from your class here and show it to them tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, Toa. I mean, I asked you for help, but you really went above and beyond. I don't really know how to thank you.
You're always looking out for me, Rean. It's the least I could do. Besides, I'm sure this idea will spark some lively discussion within your class. It's not a done deal yet, but I'm really curious to see how things turn out.
Same here. Well, that seems to have gone over well. I could see Elliot's eyes light up when I mentioned it. So it looks like Class 1 is definitely putting on a play. And not just any play, a full-scale classical operetta with all the trimmings. Even if an operetta is shorter than a full opera, this is Class 1 we're talking about. I'm sure they'll spare no expense on the outfits and stage design. True, if they had any more blowhards, they'd be a wind tunnel. Class 2 looks like they're going to run with their idea of doing some kind of indoor garden. From what I heard, they want something based on the motive of the night sky? Sounds like quite the elaborate setup. Class 3 is intending to run a game room based around Blade. I heard they're planning to decorate the room like a castle and provide lessons for beginners as well as advanced matches. Really? Class 4 is going to be doing an Eastern-style cafe of sorts. They're claiming you can enjoy an exotic dining experience. Not sure what they mean by Eastern style, though. Well, my sort is technically Eastern style, I guess, but yeah, that seems like an awfully broad term. I don't really see too much stuff from the East in Erebonia. Class 5 is doing something kind of different. They'll be using the training hall for some attraction they call Mishi Panic. Wait, isn't Mishi the mascot of that big theme park in Crossbell? Kind of a strange choice considering the current political climate. I'm kind of a Mishi fan, though. One time Lecter bought me back a Mishi keychain. It's pretty cool. Oh, the intelligence division never struck me as the type who would budget for souvenirs. Anyway, the captain of the riding club is intending to organize some manner of horse racing event. Officially, there's to be no gambling, but with our senior colleague involved, I'm sure Free Enterprise will find a way. Really, Crow? Toa's not going to like it if she finds out. Oh, come on, it's a festival. A little low-stakes fun never hurt anyone. A number of second years are planning to run stalls, and many clubs are intending to put on events as well. But in terms of scale, the 5 other classes are our main competition. I've heard attendees will be able to vote on which class event they liked most, with the winner to be announced during the evening's festivities. That sounds like it's going to make things awfully competitive. Still, it's that much more incentive to make our class contribution one to remember. Which leads us to our current problem. What do we do? I think we should avoid doing anything that would require large-scale equipment. With our numbers and the time we have to prepare, I doubt we could get it set up or even spare someone to operate it. Yeah, you make a good point. But if we take that into account, just about the only other option we have is doing something on the auditorium stage. And it's worth noting that using the stage will put us in direct competition with Class 1. We can't very well put on a production like theirs, though. We just look like copycats. Whatever we end up going with, it should be something we can all have a part in. Maybe a martial arts demonstration with a few sparring matches? No, that would probably get turned down as too dangerous. Not a bad line of thought, though. How about a cooking contest? Oh, I call Judge. Our troubles are over. I just had a visionary idea. We can do with the academy pool. Picture this. Sewing ladies in bikinis, wrestling piggyback in the pool. Come for the fight, stay for the accidental exposure. I think not. Get out. No! Yeah, that was a dumb idea on Crow's part. I don't know how that even went through his head. This is getting us nowhere. They all sound like fun, though. Actually, I did find one idea I think we might be able to use. You did? Really? I'll bet Toa told you, huh? Yeah, she showed me the video too. How did you never even mention it? You guys put on an amazing show. Well, I'm a lone second year here. Didn't want to rob you bright-eyed first years of the full festival experience. So what's this idea then? Did the student council president suggest something to you? Yeah, she showed me a video of a concert that she, Crow, George, and Angelica put on for last year's festival. A concert on stage with vocals? Oh, that does sound interesting. I've heard that there was one event in last year's festival that really drove the crowds wild. I've heard similar things, but I had no idea Crow was involved. Yeah, it was a pretty spur of the moment, though, so it was too late for them to put us on the official poll. If folks had been able to vote for us, I don't doubt we would have ranked right up near the top. Without saying it for ourselves, it's difficult to say whether we'd be able to do something similar. You've got me curious, though. Sounds great, let's do it. You said you saw the video, right? Can you show us too? Yeah, Toa gave me a copy of it. Let's get together during lunch tomorrow and watch it.
I can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they see it. Though I imagine Toa's outfit might raise more than a few questions too. Oh, it's 9 already? Abend time should be on soon.
I'm Misty, and this is Radio Trista. It's 9 p.m. on the 19th of the 9th month. If only I was dressed to the nines to match. It feels like we're finally getting the break we deserve from a long string of uncomfortably humid nights. That's right, fall is finally here, and it's brought its cool night breezes and gentle chirping of insects with it. Along with that respite, Erebonians everywhere are turning to their true autumn passions, food and sports. What do all of you out there look forward to when you realize fall's almost here? For me, it's definitely the food. The crops come into season, ready for the harvest. I can only imagine how much work it has to be for all those farmers. But I can't wait for my first roasted chestnuts of the season. It's just about time for those to start popping up too. Sure, I'll never turn down a Marron Glacé or a Mont Blanc, but roasted is the way chestnuts were meant to be. That soft, melt-in-your-mouth taste, that sweet fragrance, simply irresistible. Whoops! The director's over there giving me the stink eye. Someone hasn't eaten dinner yet, I'll bet. Anyway, fall is also known for being a season for the arts. One of the Empire's most popular cultural institutions is the opera, and no one does opera like Heimdall's famous opera house. But as far as music goes, I'm a sucker for the classics. I still sing along whenever I hear The Whereabouts of Light.
That's awfully...
As you fade away, like a dimming star beneath the coming day. Whoa there, almost felt like I was in my shower back home. Speaking of music, some fresh new genres have been gaining popularity lately, both at home and abroad.
She really does have a pretty voice. Though I guess you'd kind of have to in order to be a big opera singer like that. I don't know if singing on the air like that is such a good idea if she's trying to keep her identity under wraps, though. We've got our practical exam coming up next week, then another field study over the weekend. Sounds like things are going to be even busier than usual. I'd better brace myself for an exhausting week.
Whoa, that was way cool. Very impressive. That was neat. Well, it was certainly quite a technical display. But if you think we're going to put on outfits like that and prance around on stage, you must be dreaming. Well, the outfits all depend on what kind of performance we want to put on. The clothes have to fit the mood and the music. Right, Crow? Yeah, we did a rock song last year. So if our outfits didn't scream rock, the whole performance would have lacked something in my opinion. Though, in my infinite wisdom, I'd like to point out that revealing outfits will be popular regardless of the music. You guys! Outfits aside, it does seem like a bold concept. You would think to put on a performance like that. If we put in the time to practice, we may even compare favorably to Class 1's operetta. Well, Elliot's the music expert here. Do you think there's any chance we could put on a performance like this? Hold on. So first things first, how many of us can actually play an instrument? You learned the lute from your dad, right, Reen? Yeah, I'm no virtuoso, but I can play as long as the music's not too complicated. And Alyssa, you can play the violin, right? Yeah, my grandfather taught me. Guys, you can play the sitar, was it? I've been playing it for years. I can play the piano, so with the four of us, it looks like we have our instruments covered. Guess that means we just need to work on our music and lyrics and decide who's going to be on vocals. So yeah, it really depends on what sort of music we want to do, but I think we can pull off an impressive performance. Great. Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea. That's true, and it seems fitting for a festival, too. Sounds good to me. Yeah, let's do it. And the matter is settled. I'm in favor, too. I dread the thought of what the instructor would do if we didn't have anything decided by today. So we leave the musical responsibilities in Elliot's hands, then. Yeah, I think he's in the best position to decide the style of the performance, our songs, and what we should each be doing. That okay with you, Elliot? Sure thing. I spent all these years studying music for nothing. Oh, and Crow? You can give us some help with the outfits and with getting a hold of the equipment we'll need? I'd like to do as much of this ourselves as we can. Sure, I'll do what I can. This might be a temp thing and all, but I am part of Class 7. So, if you're going all in, I'll throw my chips in your pile. Crow? Crow! Wow, maybe I've had you pegged all wrong all this time. So just leave those outfits in my capable hands. I'm sure you all shine like stars up there, especially the ladies. I take it all back. He's not even trying to hide it. We're counting on you to keep him tasteful, Reen. Alright, tasteful. First, congratulations are in order. It took you long enough, but you finally decided what to do for the festival. So you're following in Toa's footsteps and putting on a concert, huh? Have you checked what kind of music you want to do? Not exactly. We're still kind of getting things sorted. At the very least, it should be pretty easy to decide who's playing an instrument and who will be on vocals. I'm not actually sure I've ever even touched an instrument. Can't say I have either. You probably need at least some rudimentary experience to play on an instrument at the festival. I had the pleasure of seeing last year's concert live. They put on a real show. Reen and Crow, you two are handling all the outfits, right? You guys have that under control? Yep, we've got that on lockdown. Well, we've narrowed it down to 15 most promising designs. Adios, save us all. I suppose we'll have to rely on Reen to save us from being dressed by Crow. Honestly, I feel a little envious. If I were 5 years younger, I'd jump right up on stage with all of you and have a great old time. What are you looking at me like that for? Instructor, how old are you again? Aren't you in your mid-20s? If you were 5 years younger, graduation would still be years behind you. Hush you! First ladies, everything up to mid-20s is just warm-up. And men, they're like fine wines, better with age. I'm not sensitive about it, really. This is just another valuable life lesson that is my duty as your instructor to impart. Anyway, as much as I'm looking forward to the festival, that's not why we're here today, are we? Not only do you have no field study next month, it looks like you're off the hook as far as a practical exam goes, too. So since this will be our last practical exam for a while, I figured I'd crank up the challenge a couple notches. Wait, are you going to serve as our opponent? Bingo, just think of it as a long-awaited second round of May's exam. You want to get back at me? Now's your chance. But you better bring it, because I'm not going to go easy on you. Alright, pick 2 for your team, because you're up first. Got it. Seems as though she plans to fight us at something closer to full strength. Always want a chance to fight the famous Purple Lightning. Well, if you were ever holding anything back before, now's the time to pour it all in.
I take it you're all ready? You've been studying and training here half a year now. I think you might finally be able to do it. Now, show me you've got what it takes to pass with flying colors.
Gotcha.
Come at me with everything you've got.
My turn. Azure Flames, gather strike.
You've come a long
Oh.
way.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Well, that works. I was imagining I'd one-shot her, but... Nicely done. I can't believe how far you've all come in just 6 months. I know you've been honing your team tactics, but I wasn't expecting such a top-rate performance from you so soon. But you know what? As your instructor, that's the best feeling in the world. Okay, that's one group down, 3 more to go. I'll call you in groups of 3, so be ready to jump in when I call your name. Is she even human? Multiple groups with multiple wounds in every group, she was still able to put up a fight against all of us. She's on a completely different level. We'll need to redouble our efforts in training if we hope to match her. Let's say that again. I'm spent. Mind if I use you as a pillow, Emma? What? Here? Have you no shame? Looks like there's still some life in her yet. She's the only person I know who can fight 4 back-to-back battles and still have the energy for wisecracks. Don't get me wrong, I'm genuinely impressed with how far you've come. Now I can tell where you're headed for your field set without any worries. Up we go. Alright, get them while they're hot. Rower and Ordis, those are 2 of the Empire's largest cities, right? Well, technically they are. Rower is far from small, but Ordis is kind of on another level. Second largest city in the Empire with over 400,000 people. It also seems to be the stronghold of Duke Cayenne, the noble faction's de facto leader. Are you out of your mind? You want to drag this hyperactive chatterbox straight into the noble faction's largest stronghold? He does make a good point. Ordis is hostile territory for her, no 2 ways about it. Find you poking around, they'll burn you at the stake. I'm not that worried. I've snuck into Ordis plenty of times before, and this time I've got you guys with me. I'll be fine. This is no laughing matter. I'm a bit concerned too. As am I. Ordis is quite far from here if something were to happen. Not to worry, we're thinking about what to do about that. Still, you're not in for a laid-back vacation, that much I can say for certain. That goes to the group headed to Rower, too. The Reinford group is based out of Rower, isn't it? The Rower is also part of Marquis Rogner's domain, and he's the head of one of the 4 great houses. Jellicoe's stubborn old man, huh? He's just a real hardliner, even among the big shots in the aristocracy. That's true, but the Imperial Army also runs a military factory in the vicinity. The Reinford group isn't aligned with either faction, but I can imagine there are more than a few ongoing complications. Really? Sounds like trouble if you ask me. Why would my father and the other members of the board choose destinations like those in dangerous times like these? Well, like I said, we're thinking those issues over. The Caves Annual Festival coming up next month, there's no field study being planned. So this is your chance to show off all you the know-how you've gained from your previous field studies. Make whatever preparations you need to, and then Saturday rolls around, travel with your heads held high. Class 7 has done a damn good job so far. The number of you guys have to live up to is your own. Thank you, Instructor.
Your rank's gone up. Here's a little something from the Academy. Thank you for everything.
It's 8:20. So we're still waiting on Elliot and Crow then.
It looks like they nearly pulled an all-nighter working on our festival performance.
It sounds like they've got a general idea of what they want, as far as style goes. But they're both nitpicking the set list and all the little details of the performance itself.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I'm not worried about Elliot, but I can't say I've got an abundance of faith in Crow.
Well, be that as it may, we just have to leave it to them for now.
Still, I was surprised by what the instructor said last night. What do you think she's cooking up this time?
I can only shudder to guess.
Oh, before I forget, I want you all to stop by the academy tomorrow morning before you head out. Both groups. Meet me out on the field by 9 a.m. and don't be late.
Well, Sarah randomly springing things on us is nothing new.
But why delay our departure? It takes 8 hours by train to reach Ordis as it is.
You're right. If we're still in Trista at 9 a.m., it would be past sundown before we got there.
The train ride to Ruhr is over 5 hours, too. Ideally, we'd all be on the first train out of Trista. How about it, Sharon? With the way you're just standing back there smiling, I'm guessing you know something. I hope you're looking forward to my unsurprise when we step off the train in Ruhr to see you already there.
I wouldn't dream of it. I assure you, I'll only be seeing you off this time.
She's totally going to be there ahead of us.
That's about as sure a bet as you can make. Pretty certain she knows what's going on, too.
She's one amazing maid. I feel like I have my own professional chef, too.
Oh, sorry guys, I overslept.
Yo, morning everyone.
Morning.
Interesting how Elliot's all panicked and Crow's just like, meh.
We have to meet the instructor at the field by 9, right?
I don't know what she wants to see us about, but don't worry. We've still got some time left.
Anyway, I think we should head out now. I'm sure most of us have some last-minute preparations to take care of.
True.
Have a safe trip, everyone.
I don't know why I'm doing that right now, but... Get a few more credits than anything. Oh, instructor, I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon, weren't you in the dormitory when we left? Indeed I was, but I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. So after seeing you all of you off, I came straight here. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us? You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised. She ain't the Rainford's top maid for nothing. Personally, I would prefer not to ask her to come at all, but since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you. Wait, why would we need a guide? So you're telling me... Oh, looks like everyone's here already. Oh, Sharon's here too. You flattered me, Master Eustace. Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that. 9 a.m. right on time. Huh? What's that sound? Sounds like a rush of air. No, that's not quite it. Sounds to me like an airship. Are you kidding me? Look. What the hell is that? Here they come. What is this thing even doing here? Wow, it's so cool. A Crimson airship, who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe. Nah, not enough giant guns. Still, the shape looks familiar. Oh, no, remember, it's like the white wings of Liberl. I think so too, right? You mean, like, the Arcee? I mentioned it, I do see the resemblance. The Arcee, wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of Liberl? Indeed, it was on that very airship that Prince Olivert made his triumphant return to Heimdall. No way. There's not sailors going to land here, right? Of course they are. It's 75 ARG from bow to stern. It might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. Man, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute, how do you know how large it is? This is the best. It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look, the more it seems just like the Arcee, except red. Bears the crest of Erebonia, though. So, at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Prince Olivert!
And Major Vander.
Glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Still, the prince is just here in supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The rest of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who might you be referring to?
It's been quite some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Is that...
I know that voice.
The Radiant Blade Master?
Father!
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the what now?
And look, Tobal's with him too. This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there?
Let me introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arcee, who will be assuming command of this ship.
So that's what this is about.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Aidios is that?
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper.
Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What? We'll be riding in style.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Ruhr.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arsail-class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
Not even our high-speed trains can hope to match that. I mean, true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us, so basically about what you expected. The same is true in other areas as well. Understood. Respond with Pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Rean?
Wow! That's the Courageous! Olivert finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Olivert seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our staid and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
Not exactly what I was imagining he would sound like.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arsail-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Olivert, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arj. We've just passed through the Schwartz-Drake Barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arj.
Aye, aye, Captain.
This is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system? Huh, so you actually managed to get the Rainford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took a combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 Arj, it's almost twice the size of the original Arsail, and is sporting 20 of CCF's high-performance engines. It can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as our SACE 3600, but the Courageous boasts armor and high interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I'd heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it. Well, now I have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is. But what I don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless... Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't part of any military force, huh? So wait. Is it officially regarded as property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts. Unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arsaid. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master. Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that, I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. Well, half the crew here are on loan from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Tovol's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. On the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never have imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to control the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help us assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. If we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah, that makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. By having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel this urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed it should take less than an hour to reach Rower. Feel free to make yourselves at home while we're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks, I think I'll take you up on that. Okay.
At long last, the Courageous is finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the Prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal.
A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart. Just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the courageous. And for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them. Instructor Sarah? Tovo? What are you guys doing out here?
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arcee.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form. It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago. Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to start them early. Seriously, though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Ruhr Airport's granted us permission to land.
Commence landing preparations. And keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain. Preparing the Courageous to land.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. Just be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it. We'll be fine. We ought to be alright if we're certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Take care and roar, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. Hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. All the songs and outfits finalized the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out, too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. Oh, I think I could find the energy. It's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. Ah, the spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will. Snow goes on forever. Can't but recall trying to navigate Corellia Fortress. Guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Ruhr has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about. But I can't deny it's true. Score finally out. Whoa. The city extends above and below? Well, Ruhr grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. So can be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You're right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. The Reinford corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Reinford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Let's see. What is that? It's not a strange shape for a building. Wait, that's not even a building, is it? That's actually an orbital generator. But it's so big. Ruhr has so many factories and industrial facilities that the city uses an enormous amount of orbital energy. Having large generators that send energy where it is needed is more efficient than each factory producing its own energy. That's quite a setup. Technology's really come a long way in such a short time. Whoa. I've seen the building in pictures, but it's even more commanding in person. Guess you wouldn't expect any less from Reinford's corporate HQ. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw it either. It's a big building, sure, though not as big as the Orcus Tower in Crossbell. That's a 40-floor skyscraper, the tallest on the continent now, I think. Oh, that's the tower we can see from Corellia Fortress, right? Yeah, that's where they're holding the trade conference last month. No need to be so modest, Alyssa. It's your family dig. Someone's gonna mind if you talk it up a bit. I'm not trying to. Well, shall we go inside?
Master Rean, please don't cause too much trouble. Let's make our way to the Rhineford headquarters.
Right, of course. Why is she singling me out?
Master Rean?
I'm sorry. That'll give me nightmares.
Sweet dreams.
It's just as fancy on the inside. Are these all scale models of machines Rhineford makes? Yep, I'll tell you more about them later if you're interested. Lady Alyssa. Hello, Dalton. It's good to see you again. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. It's been 6 months since you've been home. I'd heard you were attending a military academy on the outskirts of the capital, but it looks like you finally decided to come back and visit the old homestead. Yeah, here I am. I was staying for the next 3 days. I see. That's wonderful news. Keep taking good care of her, Sharon. I certainly will. Wow, it's one thing to hear about it, but you know what I mean? Kind of brings home the fact that she's a Rhineford. Let's just get going, okay? Allow me to show you the chairman's office. We'll be going up to the 23rd floor. Excuse me, Madam Chairman. I brought the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. Bring them in, as you wish. Wow. You can tell the buck stops here. That's one hell of a view.
So it looks like the Courageous' inaugural flyover in Heimdall and Ruhr was a success. But don't release an official statement until tomorrow. Yes, that'll be fine. Yes, I'd like you to begin as soon as possible, and keep a careful eye out for any insider trading. Hello, Irina Rhineford speaking. Yes, I understand. Fast-track the construction on the special train if you can. No, pay it no mind. I doubt Crossbell-related shares rising is indicative of a larger market trend. But sell them all early next month. Timing is key here.
Wow. She's like a commander issuing orders across multiple fronts.
Yeah, it's impressive to see Toa do it, but Mrs. Rhineford seems to have it down to a science.
She's a general on the battlefield of business.
Ah, right. We all have other matters we need to attend to, so I'll get right to the point. Here.
What?
Thank you.
I've cleared my schedule to dine with you this evening, so anything you wish to discuss can wait until then. I'll leave the rest to you, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. When do you expect to return this evening?
I'm planning on 7. Have our guests enjoy a night cruise, if you will.
That sounds splendid. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
That's it? That's all you have to say? I don't care if you ignore me, that's nothing new, but my classmates are here and you're on our board of directors. Would it kill you to show at least a little interest?
Elisa.
Whoa, Elisa, it's okay. You don't need to get worked up for our sake.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention.
Huh?
If you want to return in one piece, I'd suggest you steer clear of the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police. The same goes for the Marquis's mansion. though I can't imagine what business would take you there. Use common sense, and don't try to overstep your bounds. That'll be all.
Oh, like that's
Have a safe
going
trip,
to
Madam
happen.
Chairman.
Wow, your mom's a real piece of
They're
work,
going to
Louisa.
overstep.
The Army only wishes it was that efficient.
She certainly has the mettle to head up an international company like this, to say the least.
See? You see why I didn't want to come back now? You can't tell me that gave you a great impression of her.
I think you're being a little hard on her.
She was looking out for our safety, giving us that advice.
Ugh, just forget it. Getting all worked up and storming off in a huff is what she wants me to do, and I'm not going to give her the satisfaction.
Okay.
We'll be back before sundown, Sharon. I'd like you to have the guest rooms and dinner preparations sorted by then. Oh, and see to our luggage, would you?
As you wish. Have a safe trip, everyone.
I'm all in favor of jumping right into our field study tasks. Was it really okay to just dump all our luggage on Sharon? I was wondering the same thing. All our luggage together must have quite a heft. It's Sharon, she'll be fine. Honestly, can you imagine her breaking a sweat carrying suitcases? I can't. You've got a point. She'll probably carry them all in one go. Well, looking after guests does seem to be her specialty. Exactly. Anyways, let's see what kind of things we've all got lined up for us this trip. Alright? Looks like she hit the sweet spot with the challenge factor. Kind of reminds me of Machias' dad. I can't really deny it. I bet she's so sure she's got us pegged, she probably thinks we won't be able to finish all of these. But just you watch, we'll finish up every last one before this evening. That'll show her. That's the spirit. Anyway, it's only 11:30 now, so we've got plenty of time before sundown. We've definitely got the hang of this whole field study thing by now, so let's show Ruhr some Class 7 spirit. Right. Okay. That's where we're going to call it for tonight. Because it's almost 2 a.m. and I've got work. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be doing some Destiny 2 since it's the start of week 5 of the new season. Till then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.